Hello, fishes. I hope you had a wonderful October, but we are now back to non-spoopy month. Um, I hope you guys have been enjoying this series. Now that we're back to normal, we're just gonna have some fun with it. You get to hear from me back to back because we are once again going back to Donkey Kong, but this time with Diddy Kong. So there isn't a whole lot to say about Diddy Kong for me that hasn't already been said in my last video about the Donkey Kong character, um, because I talked about him in length with when I was talking about Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Country specifically. Um, it has been a couple weeks, so I had to go back and rewatch that one to make sure I don't overlap again. Um, but something I realized that I didn't talk about in the Donkey Kong video was um, Donkey Kong 64, which is unfortunately a game that I have not played like at all. I've played a little bit. It was one of the games that we got for the N64 when it was gifted to my family for Christmas, but we didn't have the expansion pack that the N64 needed in order to play Donkey Kong. So I have the cartridge now. Like, I have the N64 that my family was given. I have the cartridge. If I can find a way to get that expansion pack or put it in myself, I could play Donkey Kong Country. I'm surprised, not Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong 64, and I'm surprised they haven't brought it to the Switch's emulator yet. They have a lot of other N64 games, so I'm curious as to why they haven't done Donkey Kong 64. Because I would love to play that game. I know just enough about it, and I've played tiny bits of it at my cousin's house, but I've not been able to play it myself, and it drives me nuts inside. um, but with Diddy Kong, he's in it. Like I said, I don't know too much about the story. It's been out for years, but I don't really want to go looking for playthroughs and stuff, because if I do ever get a chance to play it, I would like to be able to experience it raw. Like, I know enough, I kind of know things here and there, but for the most part, I don't really have any idea. But another thing that with Diddy Kong, because for me, when I hear Diddy Kong, one of the first things I think about is Double Dash, Mario Kart Double Dash, because it is one of it is the first Mario Kart game where he is actually included, and because they needed to give Donkey Kong a double. So, but yeah, Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong in Double Dash was a lot of fun. I really would like to go back and play Double Dash again if I can ever get my hands on it, because I know it's super. Buying those kinds of games now, it's not great because they're super expensive. But something I didn't know is that Diddy Kong had his own racing game. Well, I knew about it, but I didn't realize it was for the N64, or at least the first one was. And it had Banjo and Kazooie, because Rareware. But it also had Conker from Conker's Bad Fur Day, another Rareware game that I have not played, and I think would be really fun if I did. But I have played Banjo and Kazooie. It was years and years and years ago. I don't know if I ever finished it, because I didn't own it. I just borrowed it from a friend. But it was kind of fun. Another one of those games where it's like, if I have an excuse to play it again, I would totally play it. We decided to give, completely 180 on topic. We decided to put a Dixie plush in with Diddy Kong, because we are adamant believers that Dixie Kong should have had had his variants. Four of Diddy Kong's variants should have been Dixie Kong, kind of like what they did with Olimar and Alf. So we wanted to give a Dixie a little bit of representation, so we threw in a little Dixie plush for this one. Again, 180 on topic, nothing to do with what we were talking about. But something that when I was doing the research for Diddy Kong, I didn't realize that Diddy Kong had only been a playable character in Mario Party twice, and they were both. One was for, I think, Star Rush was for the 3DS, and Super Mario Party was for the Switch, but he wasn't included in Jamboree, which is really interesting, because they were adding they added Pauline, and they had Koopa and Bowser and all these other characters. So why did they remove Diddy Kong from Super Mario Party Jamboree? I don't know. That was very confusing to me. We have it, we've played it and everything, but it was just kind of like, odd choice to remove him. But yeah, Diddy Kong has always been a lot of fun, especially in Smash Bros. With his peanut popgun and his, throwing the banana peel. He's a goofy, he's just a goofy character, and I love him. I've never really been really good with him in Smash Bros. Granted, I'm not really, the only characters I'm really good with are Duck Hunt and Captain Falcon, because those are my mains. But with this as a in Smash Bros. Brawl, with the Subspace Emissary, I love his introduction. I love when you playing as him and his dynamic with everyone else. He's just so done with everything, and he's exclusively like, I need to save Donkey Kong no matter what, and it's fun. He's fun. He's a fun character. But I guess I can talk about Donkey Kong Country a little bit more, because I love those games. Donkey Kong Country, I explained how, I got the first game and everything, and I figured it out. With Diddy Kong and everything, I would play with my sisters, and we would switch off. So if you died, then it was the next person's turn, and you'd bounce back and forth based on who had it last and everything. But yeah, it was fun. Some of my fondest memories are playing on the Game Boy Advance with my sisters. As we moved on, we got Game Boy Advance SPs, the foldable ones, and all four of us got our own. So we would get link cables, and then we would play Dr. Mario together and Super Mario World. Just some of those greatest experiences for me. I love those so much, and I wish, even now, every other day, every now and then, we'll call each other up and hey, do you guys want to play Mario Kart? And so we all have Switches, and so we'll all play Mario Kart together online, and just having that ability to, even now, we're all adults and we all live far away from each other, but we're still able to act as though we were, how we did way back when we would play Mario Party and Mario Kart together, just the four of us, and it was so much fun. So, oh my gosh. And then growing up, we had a minivan that had one of the TVs that were built into the ceiling, so you could pull down and you could watch movies and stuff. One time, I can't say one time, we did this so many times. We were going to Disneyland, and we were driving because, there were 6 of us with my parents and the 4 kids. So we were driving there, and we brought our N64 into the car because the car had AV plugs, so you could plug in and play. I don't know why you would be able to plug in stuff to it, but we played Mario Kart and Mario Party on this tiny, it was like a 3x5 or like a 5x7 screen. It was tiny, and we played Mario Kart and Mario Party on the car ride down to California, and that was a lot of fun. But anyway, I've rambled enough. I would like to thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, and comment down below if you enjoyed the video. I like hearing from you guys. I like reading comments, and I will always respond to them. So thank you all, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys!